Most people walk into a dealership, drop 25 grand on what they think is a safe bet, and within 2 years, they're bleeding money on repairs they never saw coming. Meanwhile, smart buyers are out there grabbing $8,000 gold mines that'll run 200,000 miles without breaking a sweat. I've been turning wrenches for over 20 years, and I see this pattern every single week. Someone comes in with their reliable crossover that's already falling apart at 70,000 miles, while the guy next to them is driving something everyone told him to avoid, and it's in 180,000 with zero issues. Here's the truth. The used car market is broken. Badge snobbery, outdated reputations, and dealer profit margins have created massive blind spots. And sitting right in those blind spots are 3 cars that represent the best value I've ever seen. These aren't just cheap, they're hidden gold mines. But here's the thing, this won't last. Mechanics are already quietly scooping these up for their own families. Once the word gets out, prices are going to jump. So today, I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly which 3 cars you need to know about and why ignoring them is the biggest mistake you can make. Before we dive into the cars, you need to understand why these gold mines exist in the first place. The used car market doesn't run on facts, it runs on perception. Badge snobbery is real. People will pay 5 grand more for a logo they recognize, even when the cheaper alternative has a better track record. Then there's outdated reputation. A brand builds a bad name in the 2000s, fixes every issue by 2012, but buyers in 2026 are still avoiding them based on 15-year-old problems that don't exist anymore. Boring styling kills resale value too. If a car doesn't turn heads, people assume it's not worth owning, even if it's bulletproof under the hood. And here's the big one. Dealership profit margins. Dealerships push what makes them money, not what lasts. They'll steer you toward the high-margin SUV every time, while the reliable sedan that'll save you thousands sits ignored in the back row. This is where insider knowledge destroys conventional wisdom. Let's get into it. A hidden gold mine isn't just cheap, it hits 3 specific criteria. First, rock-solid reliability data. We're talking proven track records, not internet hype. Second, dirt-cheap purchase price relative to what you're actually getting. And third, low ownership costs over the long haul. When a car checks all 3 boxes, that's when you've found real value. Now, the 3 cars I'm about to show you all meet this standard, but number 1 is special. It's the car mechanics are quietly buying for their own kids, and once you hear why, you'll understand the urgency. Let's start with number 3. Number 3 is the 2007 to 2012 Toyota Camry. And yes, I can already hear you, that's the most boring car on the planet. You're right, it is, but here's what boring gets you. A car that refuses to die. Last month, a customer rolled into my shop with a 2009 Camry, 273,000 miles on the original engine and transmission. He bought it with 120,000, never did anything beyond oil changes and basic maintenance, and it still runs like the day it rolled off the lot. That's not luck, that's engineering. The 2.5-liter 4-cylinder in these Camrys is one of the most bulletproof engines Toyota ever built. The transmission is a 6-speed automatic that's proven itself over millions of miles. There's no turbo to fail, no complex AWD system to drain your wallet, no fancy tech that breaks after the warranty expires. It's simple, reliable, and built on a platform Toyota perfected over decades. Now here's where it gets interesting. You can find a clean 2010 Camry with under 100,000 miles for around $7,500 to $9,000. Compare that to a similar year Honda Accord, which everyone thinks is the smarter buy, and you paying $12,000 to $14,000 for the same mileage. That's a 5 grand difference for what's essentially the same reliability. Before you buy, check 3 things. Make sure the oil's been changed regularly, ask for records, Look for any signs of frame rust if you're in the salt belt, and test the transmission in stop-and-go traffic to make sure it shifts smooth. Here's the dealer secret. These cars sit on lots forever because they're not flashy. That means you have leverage. Dealerships want them gone. Offer 70% of asking price and watch how fast they negotiate. But here's the thing. While the Camry is bulletproof, number 2 is even cheaper to own over time. Let me show you why. Number 2 is the 2011 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra, and I already know what you're thinking. Hyundai? Aren't those unreliable? That's exactly the misconception that makes this a gold mine. Hyundai built some questionable cars in the early 2000s. Engines failed, transmissions slipped, and they earned a bad reputation. But here's what nobody talks about. They completely turned it around by 2010. The Elantra that launched in 2011 was a different animal entirely. I learned this the hard way, or rather the right way. 5 years ago, my daughter needed her first car. Budget was tight. I could have grabbed her an older Civic for 12 grand, but instead I found a 2013 Elantra with 80,000 miles for $6,000. I figured worst case I'd be wrenching on it every few months. That was 5 years and 70,000 miles ago. She's now at 150,000. Total repairs? 1 set of spark plugs, 2 sets of brake pads, and regular oil changes. That's it. 0 breakdowns. The 1.8-liter 4-cylinder engine in these Elantras is anvil solid. Hyundai over-engineered it after their early problems, and the data backs it up. Consumer Reports reliability ratings put the 2011 to 2016 Elantra right alongside Honda and Toyota for long-term dependability. The 6-speed automatic transmission has proven itself across hundreds of thousands of units with minimal failure rates. But here's where the value really shines. Total cost of ownership. A 2013 Honda Civic with similar mileage will run you $11,000 to $13,000. A comparable Elantra? $6,000 to $8,000. That's a $5 grand difference up front. Insurance is cheaper because the resale value is lower. Parts are dirt cheap. Brake pads cost $40, not $120 like some imports. And fuel economy averages 32 miles per gallon, so you're not bleeding money at the pump. Before you buy one, here's your inspection checklist. First, check for oil consumption issues on the 2011 to 2012 models. Some had minor problems, but 2013 and up are clean. Second, inspect the suspension bushings. They wear faster than Toyotas, but they're cheap to replace. Third, make sure the timing chain hasn't been neglected. Listen for any rattling on cold starts. Fourth, verify the title history. These were popular rental cars, so avoid anything with fleet history. And fifth, test every electronic feature. Windows, locks, infotainment. If it all works, you're golden. But as good as the Elantra is, number 1 is the most underpriced car in America right now, and mechanics are fighting over them. Number 1 is the 2008 to 2013 Mazda 3. This is the single best value in the used car market right now, and I'm not exaggerating. 3 months ago, a guy came into my shop asking about a used Volkswagen GTI. Clean example, $15,000, looked great. I told him to hold off and showed him a 2011 Mazda 3 with 90,000 miles listed for $6,500. He thought I was crazy. Fast forward to today. He's at 160,000 miles, hasn't had a single mechanical failure, and he still thanks me every time he comes in for an oil change. Meanwhile, his buddy who bought the GTI has already dropped $4 grand on a failed turbo and carbon buildup cleaning. Here's why the Mazda 3 is untouchable. The 2.0 or 2.5-liter Skyactiv engine is one of the most reliable power plants Mazda ever designed. No turbo, no direct injection carbon issues, no timing belt to replace, just a timing chain that'll outlast the car. The 5-speed automatic transmission is bulletproof. I've seen these go 300,000 miles with nothing but fluid changes. And the chassis. Mazda engineered these with a focus on driving dynamics, which means better build quality than most economy cars. Maintenance costs over 100,000 miles? Oil changes every 5,000, brake pads every 40,000, tires every 50. That's maybe $1,500 total if you're doing it right. Compare that to a VW or even a Subaru where you're looking at 3 to 5 grand easily. Now here's your buying checklist, and pay attention because this matters. First, avoid the 2010 model year. Some had clutch issues if it's a manual. Stick with 2011 to 2013 for the best reliability. Second, check for rust on the rear wheel wells and rocker panels, especially in snow states. Mazda's rust protection wasn't great. Third, listen for any rear differential noise if it's the 2.5-liter with a manual. Rare issue, but worth checking. Fourth, verify the suspension hasn't been beaten to death. These are fun to drive, so people thrash them. And fifth, make sure all maintenance records are available. You want proof of regular oil changes. Current pricing sweet spot is $6,000 to $8,000 for a clean example with under 120,000 miles. That's absurd value. But here's the warning. Mechanics are already hoarding these. I know 3 guys at my shop who've bought Mazda 3s as backup cars or for their kids. Once word gets out, prices will jump 20 to 30%. Don't wait. Notice the pattern here? All 3 of these cars share the same DNA. They're built on mature, proven platforms. No first-year bugs, no experimental tech. They're unfashionable, but functional. Boring styling kills resale value, which creates opportunity for you. And they all have strong aftermarket support. Parts are cheap and available everywhere. This is your framework. When you're hunting for value, look for cars that check these boxes. Ignore the hype, ignore the badge, and focus on engineering fundamentals. That's how you separate gold mines from money pits. That's the insider lens. Let's recap. The 2007 to 2012 Toyota Camry, bulletproof reliability, $7,500 to $9,000. The 2011 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra, misunderstood value king, $6,000 to $8,000. And the 2008 to 2013 Mazda 3, the ultimate gold mine, $6,000 to $8,000. These won't stay cheap forever. Act on this before the market catches up. Drop a comment below. What hidden gold mines have you found? Any questions about these 3? Let's talk. Subscribe now. Next video drops the 5 cars that look cheap but will destroy your bank account. Real advice? No BS. I'll see you there.